Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. As today, we continue cruising the infinite void, exploiting and or annihilating everything we come across, as is Rogue Trader tradition. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and do both to these guys. I feel like we're overdue for some action. A report shows up on your personal cogitator screen. Unknown ships are towing the Interstellar Sextant, a cargo ship belonging to one of Footfall's wealthiest traders. It looks like the pirates have bitten off more than they can chew, and have now been forced to drag the ship to a more secluded place, where they can plunder it, undisturbed. So literally hauling booty. I can appreciate that. As soon as they see you, the escort ships charge into battle at once, while the captive sextant powers up its warp engines. Unless you interrupt the preparation for the jump, the cargo ship will forever vanish beyond the veil of the Immaterium, along with all the riches it is carrying. Hold that cargo. Leave their remains strewn across the stars. That is one thing I miss about the old voice set. That was hands down my favorite line. Okay, so we're looking at 2 destroyers escorting a fleeing trade frigate. Oh, with 2 more over here as well. 3 Cobras, 1 Viper. Not sure what the difference is aside from health total. And we've got 4 rounds to finish grabbing this booty. Shouldn't be a problem. Destroyer 1 panicking, but we'll go ahead and finish him off. One out. Sextant's too far, so we'll just position for round 2. Launch salvo. And here they come. But in theory, none of them should actually be able to get within firing range. Yes, okay, we're good. Round 2. Torpedoes out. Let's tag the sextant. Oh, not gonna lie, that had a lot less impact than I was expecting. The shields ate almost all of it. But that does soften them up for a follow-up. Though we do now have 3 destroyers bearing down on us, so we should also keep that in mind. Oof. Rear shields ate that one too. There we go. Okay. Actually doing some damage now. 2 on our left. Probably far enough away they're not going to hit us, but let's reinforce front. And here we go. Nice. Okay. Shields totally ate it. Only 2 rounds left on the sextant, though. We gotta pick this up. Let's hit him again. Hey! And that did it. Let's lose the tagalongs. Another one panicked. Finish him off. Bootleg reverse. Okay, 2 coming at our front. Rotate. And launch. Nice. Reinforced shields ate it. Oh, so that's what sets the Viper apart. They actually have torps. Okay. Viper panicking. Let's drop the last Cobra. We're gonna thread the needle here. Yeah, this should work. Ah, dang it. Actually, rotate. Rotate might finish him. Viper out, and... let me just move past that salvo. Yes, okay. Yeah, it only does damage if their hull's already compromised. So it's a great way to finish off wounded or fleeing targets.
Blessed are the faithful.
And we're good. Which nets us... oh wow, an actual upgrade. A slightly more potent Starbreaker Lance. And 9 ancient machinery. With no actual hull damage on our side, I think. I think our shields, yeah, our shields ate all of it. Very nice. Not enough scrap to spare for an upgrade, so we'll hold off on that for now. And, you know, I'm not much of a rammer. We'll just slot in that new Starbreaker. Okie dokie. Conflict complete, so let's scan those planets. Xeno Ruins. With a stash of alien textiles. Interesting, but not sure that plot thread goes anywhere. Oh, adamantine. Only 2, but it is rare. And one more. Oh, landing spot. Auger's Anomaly. Plus Xenotech. Yes, we will definitely take that. In fact, I think that's enough to actually fulfill one of our last contracts. It is indeed. Shadowy dealings. Vladane Tokara has entered into a trade war with a competitor in the cold trade. Having lost several of his Xenotech procurers, he is in need of a powerful and influential supplier of the forbidden merchandise. Well, consider it done. Maybe now you'll actually sell me something at a reasonable price. But I doubt it. Which just leaves this one, which we're nowhere close to being able to accomplish, so on we go. Actually, you know what? That +3 profit factor reminds me, I did do some off-screen trading between episodes. We have some rewards to collect. Plus, we do have those ancient machines to turn in, too. So with any luck, we might actually get some new ship parts, too. Let's go grab our stuff, slot some quick upgrades. Yeah, so rep-wise, you'll notice it mostly just went to Explorator. Still really cranking that one. Ah, so close. But not quite enough. We will grab that, though. Then Pirates, which I don't think I bumped up. Yeah. Casablanca Mission, which I did bump up. That nets us large med kits. And a Precise Bolter, yet another upgrade for a character currently warming the bench. You love to see it. Question mark. And now Explorators, who are up 5 ranks, I believe. Which actually gets us within spitting distance of my true goal, which is this beauty. Just 2 more ranks, we're almost there. Though for now, we'll have to tide ourselves over with the Bead of Concentration. +1 action point for each consecutive turn spent not moving. Stacks up to 5 times. Which could be great on a sniper, but it is dependent on how they define not spending MP. I'm assuming it just means remaining stationary, but attacking does also technically spend all your MP, so we'll have to keep an eye on how that one actually works in the field. We also get the Slick Body Glove, yet another nice quick upgrade for Valen. Also a Heavy Plasma Gun, which would theoretically be a nice upgrade if I weren't utterly terrified of overheat damage. And Invigorating Resolve, a next slot item, which grants temporary wounds to the wearer and any allies within 2 spaces equal to momentum gain. Not a huge deal, but a nice little bump. I believe we have an empty next slot on Pascal, though I will have to study it closer to see if it has any unique interplay with Abby's abilities. And that's it, since obviously we haven't bumped up our Drusian rep at all. Though I am still considering it. I mean, I just don't want to dilute our gains so much that we can't max out at least 3 other branches. I'll feel better about that once we start getting that DLC. That should hopefully shore up our cargo gains enough to allow for it. Alright, so Bead of Concentration goes to Yurliette. We'll swap out that reload trinket. She has more need of AP than Valen does. But Valen, of course, will get that Slick Body Glove. Yeah, that's a nice little bump. And I suppose we should double check to see if anyone else can use this Headhunter armor. We lose 10 parry and 10 melee dodge, but gain 5 armor and 6 universal dodge. Yeah, I think that's good. Though it is a bit of a fashion downgrade, but what are you going to do? Precise Bolter obviously goes to Argenta. No real question there. That is a solid upgrade across the board. Oh, and let's toss her that Blessed Bolter casing while we're at it. Though long-term, the Focus Incense might be more useful for her. I don't think heavy bolters can actually fire single shot. As for the pin, yeah, we'll just toss that to Pascal. I mean, why not? He's got an open slot. Though again, I will study Abby's abilities, see if that might play better with him. The only reason I'm not doing it now is because his current netgear gives him +5 toughness. So we've got to shore that up before we swap it out. Oh, Bottomless Pit. Wait, I do know this one. Though I think it was actually unfinished back in Alpha, so I am not entirely sure what to expect here. Yeah, back in Alpha, I think we could explore the camp, and there was like a log we could find, but there was nothing else we could do. Though I do recall there was some speculation about Necrons.
I'd like to have seen Incendia's face when she found out we'd stolen Footfall out from under her.
Really? I would prefer to be as far away from her ladyship Chorder as possible at that moment.
I don't know. I feel like we're going to have to strike a chord eventually. The surface is covered in countless scratches, and you can discern some logic in them. Someone began by scratching strange symbols, but then defaced them, adding extra marks and lines. Rudimentary tools and devices are now covered in a layer of dirt and local flora.
The machine god grants the insight.
These ancient cogitators are long dead. Despite this, the covers of the machines are still intact. It seems unlikely that the inner parts were ruined by the elements, so they could still prove useful. Minor supplies. Speak to the fear that dogs you. Okay. Noted, I guess.
It's weird. My mind is completely empty. Not a single whisper, no premonitions. Nothing. Just empty.
I mean, that might actually be a good thing for you. Or a terrible thing, who's to say? There are a lot of question marks in the air right now. Ooh, data slate. I'll take that. Leon Himmerfield's Field Diary. It has been several months since we arrived here, and yet we are no closer to understanding the local phenomenon. All that we were able to learn, quite literally, lies on the surface. The object does not reflect sound or light. On the contrary, it very much absorbs them. After extensive excavation, we did ascertain, at least, that the object is vast and goes deep below the planet's surface. However, any attempts to measure it resulted in loss of machinery or staff. Archaeological studies have turned out to be more productive. Their findings have revealed an amalgamation of architectural styles of various cultures, including those of Xenos origin. According to the boldest theories, the earliest of these structures date from the beginning of the 30th millennium, and all of them are, without a doubt, of a religious nature. Analysis of bas-reliefs and remaining epigraphic texts shows that a cult was formed around the object. For many centuries, Xenos and subsequently humans worshipped the object in exchange for certain boons, undoubtedly imagined by primitive or corrupted minds. Yeah, undoubtedly, he said to the long-abandoned, rune-carved ruins. Though I suppose there aren't signs of overt violence, so that's something. I am very much out of my depth here. I have no idea what this might be. Though I suppose that's pretty much where Valen would be at too, so, you know, immersion. Also, once again, much like on the Void ship, they did a fantastic job with the atmosphere here. Numerous ropes and cables end abruptly at the very edge of the pit, vanishing into the gathering darkness.
Let us not dawdle.
The veil is thinner near the pit.
I have learned much in my exile.
The barely noticeable words in shaky handwriting read, "Touch the darkness, and the darkness will accept you." Cool. Inside the containers are remnants of stones and frescoes, depicting a black spot surrounded by structures of some sort.
I always keep my options open.
Okay, let's make our approach. The darkness swirls beneath your feet, a void of impenetrable gloom. You do not hear a single sound from the depths of the pit. No wailing wind, no rustle of dust. The bright daylight cannot pierce the darkness lying over the slopes. The longer you look into its depth, the stronger the feeling grows that this darkness isn't just an absence of light. It is something immeasurably vast, endless, capable of reaching the farthest stars or swallowing a galaxy. Through sheer force of will, you avert your gaze. Creepy. Adira tilts her head to the side, listening to something. Then she scowls and spits on the ground. Grox knows what it is. It's beyond my remit. Touch the darkness will accept you. At the edge of your consciousness, you sense something slimy and intangible answering your invitation for contact. It seeps into your thoughts, tasting your emotions. Surprise and curiosity envelop you, but these feelings are not your own. I mean, logically we should really back off, but on the other hand, touch the darkness will accept you. Touch the darkness will accept you. Touch the darkness will accept you. You are hit by a sudden wave of all-consuming silence. A moment later, the world around you disappears, leaving only black, viscous, boundless darkness. The absoluteness of it is overwhelming, and you slowly sink into the void that is sucking you in. What is this? Who are you? You are looking at a tiny person peeking over the edge of the bottomless darkness. You are looking at yourself. Then you blink and see the same place, except the camp around you is full of life. Scholars are zipping back and forth between field structures, switching on unfamiliar machines in an attempt to know the unknown. A moment later, they are all nude, singing and dancing around the pit. The smell of heated bodies, blood, and sweat assaults your nostrils, drowning out your thoughts. One by one, the lunatics fall into the embrace of nothingness. You make out toad-like Xenos, building a temple around the pit. They are praying, conducting rites, making sacrifices to the darkness in hopes of unimaginable gifts. Then darkness shrouds everything once more. Or rather, you are the darkness. Something immeasurably vast, endless, capable of reaching the farthest stars or swallowing a galaxy. But some will pulls you out of the cozy embrace of the void, toward the light, and you snap out of the vision as sorrow fills you from within. But what does it all mean? What do you want from me? You find yourself on the floor of an abandoned estate. You feel someone's disgusting presence behind you, and raspy, foul breath tickles your nostrils. A drop of water trickles down from the stone ceiling and shatters the silence with a deafening splash. The heavy door before you is open. You could try to escape. It is now or never. Speak to the fear that dogs you. Speak to the fear that dogs you. You gather your thoughts and strike up a conversation with the unseen creature. You tell it about yourself and your crew, about how you do not remember how you got here, but would like to avoid conflict. You feel the fear retreat, and take the first step toward the creature. You sit at the apex of a massive onyx pyramid. Your abilities are limitless. With a single thought, you can raise mountains, drain an ocean, or disperse the clouds. But nobody cares anymore. Soon your brothers and sisters will sacrifice you, so that they can share your power among themselves, and guide the civilization to prosperity. I mean, yeah, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Solemnly, you're placed on a cold, black slab, covered in glowing script. You close your eyes and pray as your brothers and sisters rip your 7 hearts out of your chest. By the end of the ceremony, they are gnawing on every last bone of your body, shedding tears of sorrow. You join your ancestors within the black monolith, and for many centuries thereafter, you watch from above as your civilization blossoms. You're lying on burning sand, struggling to open your eyes, but your eyelids feel too heavy. You can barely move your arms and legs. Your stomach hurts. Your throat is bone dry. Several of your kin, all emaciated, are scattered around you. The hunger is so strong that it is driving you mad, and you let out a bestial howl. Something metallic clinks next to your right hand. A knife. This is it. You can survive. You must survive. All you need to do is decide whom to sacrifice. I mean, we literally just sacrificed ourselves. Gotta commit to the bit, I suppose. Especially since the other options are our companions. Our current active party. You bite down on your belt and cut off a piece of your own flesh. The pain is so terrible that your vision darkens. Unable to bear it, you let out a frenzied groan. But you still shove the slimy scrap into your mouth and swallow it. You sense the darkness rampaging inside your mind, unable to fathom humanity. At some point, its desperation gives way to resolve. It needs new specimens for its studies. The darkness retreats, having lost all interest in you as an individual. Oh, weird. So it seems our altruism or self-sacrifice was so foreign to this thing, it just doesn't know what to make of it. So are we done? No journal update, no rumor. Fair chunk of XP, we'll take that. Black, impenetrable darkness carries on with its silent existence. Man, that was a trip. That was interesting.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
You know, all three scenarios it kind of plopped us into were basically survival scenarios. And in all three cases, we essentially chose the option least likely to let us actually survive. So I guess I can see why it might be confused. The creature does seem to be a much more self-serving, singular entity. One which consumes the civilizations that spring up around it. So yeah, inherently incompatible. Staff of Mind Sight. Grants Vision of Death. The wielder of this staff, power level 12, gains the Vision of Death ability. Power level affects the damage of this power. Enemies suffer a -10 penalty to all resistance tests against psychic powers of the telepathy discipline used by the wielder. Plus 15 willpower. Telepathy powers like Shriek. You know what? Let's go ahead and swap that in. We haven't gotten much use out of that bio staff anyway. Oh wow, yeah, the Mind Sight staff has twice the power level anyway. But yeah, we could never really get this thing to reliably work. The bio staff always seemed to have like a 33 to 50% success chance, and that's just not worth wasting an action on. I mean, if I'm going to waste an action on a save or suck psychic power, it might as well be one that has a chance at knocking out half the enemy's health pool. Plus, you know, we do use Shriek pretty frequently. Might as well bank those bonuses.
I always have a backup plan.
Nice, okay, so we did get a physical, tangible reward. Something beyond the esoteric experience of being utterly incomprehensible to a random eldritch horror. I will say, though, very intriguing encounter overall. You know, very, very against type in the Grimdark universe where there is only war. You'd really expect us to have had a forced fight of some sort. But instead it was all abstract theater of the mind stuff. With, again, a fantastic atmosphere. This place really did make me feel uneasy. That said, let's see if we can perhaps end cap this episode with something slightly more conventional. We'll deliberately tempt fate by taking this dangerous, winding course. See if we can perhaps provoke a fight or some other interesting encounter. Fingers crossed. A call for help has pierced the tranquility of an uneventful warp flight. Something sinister is afoot on one of the storage decks. 2 squads have already been sent to investigate, and both of them have gone missing. Alas, the only way to learn of their fate is a personal visit by the rogue trader and his retinue. I sincerely doubt that, but I'm not going to say no to a chance to flex all our new gear. I mean, I suppose if people were randomly dying on the ship, Valen would feel compelled to investigate personally. He's just that kind of guy. Oh, shit. Okay, and I do know what this one is. Oh, boy. Well, you know what? I said I was looking forward to a fight, so fight we shall. How do I provoke this? Hello? There we go.
The Emperor is with us!
Suffering.
And we've got Plague Bearers with immediate veil degradation. That's fun. Alright, let's get our guys set. And of course, where there are Plague Bearers, we know there are going to be zombies. So let's be ready for that as well. Actually, let's tuck Valin in back. You're it up closer. Valin's better equipped for close encounters. Abby up front, of course. They'll try to hold the Plague Bearers. Pask on flank. And I think we're good. Let's do this. Yeah, I've done this one back in Alpha a couple of times, so I'm somewhat familiar with it, but I've never done it on Unfair. So, I am prepared for the worst here. Alright, got one locked on. Defense stance up. Oh, we're already at the Veil cap. Can we at least do one? Okay, that wasn't bad. Can we fire off another? Oh! That's... super. That's great. That's what I wanted. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh. Yeah. So things may have gone slightly awry. I am currently recalibrating my battle plans. What with the 12-foot Demon of Corn right in the middle of our formation. Okay, can we fix the veil? Got it back to cap. That's an improvement. Now, can we maybe pull that thing to Pascal, perhaps? That would be great.
I'm not accustomed to being called around.
Nice, thank you. Wait, no. No, he wouldn't be able to move. But he would be able to debuff. No, we... Can we go for a stun? No, just prop up Adira.
If I may.
All right, pass. All yours. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in me who believes in you. And deep breath. Pass tack. Vanish. Giemza. Engage.
Explore system 1 route. Forward.
Nice. Valin, get set.
On it.
Fainting attack. Target is forced to move the closest cell in a 3-cell range. Now. That'll do. Bloodletter has been bloodlet go. And now back to the original threat we were facing before we created a new one. Let me move that fainting attack somewhere. I keep looking at it and getting distracted. Yeah, I want to try it, just not until Abby's engaged.
Who if not me?
See if we can force a provoke. Nice, nice. Abby engaged. Lots of whiffing going on, but that's fine. He just needs to hold him. Speaking of which, let's slap down a trap. Set bounties. Prep targets. And fire. Abby's up. Stay focused on defense.
At your beck and call. Indeed.
And here comes the horde. Right, they spawn off the actual dead bodies. That's an issue. Adira, why don't you just kind of hang tight and... Wait, can you just walk away? I mean, we did use forced distraction, but this guy also didn't exist when we actually, cast it. Best not to chance it. Not like we're going to have her busting out more powers now anyway. Not until we get the warp under control. So yeah, just hang tight. Kinda wish I'd given you more non-psychic powers. Pull.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Nice. And pull. That's fine.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Clear the ads. Kill zoned. And we're gonna have a lot more where those two came from, so hold steady.
Chaos guides me.
Nice. Oh, hi. Ow.
I bring ruin.
Yet I know no pain.
I call shotgun. I like to keep this handy for close encounters. I guess I could have just death whispered that, but that's fine. Oh, let's try feint.
I'll make it happen.
Huh. Solid hit, but why did it not... That should have worked, right? Maybe resisted it? Is there an actual resistance check on that? I'm gonna have to read up on that. You're Liet. Let's get another trap out.
If it serves your cause.
And... oh, wait, you did not gain an extraction point this round. Right, so it does count attacking as spending MP. That is a profound disappointment. Wow, between that and Feint just not working, I am super bummed. 2 fun new toys, which both did not work the way I hoped they would. But I suppose the bead could still be useful on Cassie? Most of her moves don't actually count as attacks.
Such is the will of chaos.
More incoming? But I think we've got this under control. Though Vale does seem to be stuck at cap. So, I mean, I guess we just really don't want to risk using any of Adira's powers. She's stuck in a purely support role. Maybe I should slap some grenades on her for the future. That'd at least give her something to do. Yeah, that's stuck. Fair enough, we are mid-warp. And pull.
Me? This to you, Captain. I'm not accustomed to being...
Crowd controlled. But yeah, see, that is her one ability that actually spends MP, so if she has an open accessory slot, I might toss her the bead.
Running binary override.
Get out of here.
The old Messiah knows all. Conquer.
Nice.
Out of my way!
Less nice.
Death to non-believers!
I see you guys creeping on my flank. You sure you want some of this?
It's as good as done.
One out. And that's 2. So now we just mop the mob. Well, this is awkward. I actually have that fancy pants 2 AP rifle in her off slot. I should really just swap that out for a melee weapon or a shoddy.
This tedium is beneath me.
Abby, I could use you over here.
It will be done.
You were supposed to die, but fair enough. You were also supposed to die. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Fine, fine, fine. We are fine.
Chaos guides me!
Ow.
Death to the weak!
I bring ruin!
Okay, that's less fine. Please stop. There are way too many zombies. Why are there so many zombies? The brochure said there'd only be a few zombies. This is a terrible vacation. Nah, we're fine. A few bumps and bruises, no big deal. Infirmary's like 2 decks up. We'll get it patched. Pull. Wow. I do love that move. And see, it does not spend MP. So yeah, I could definitely see us having entire turns where Cassia just stays stationary, pulling and buffing. The occasional stare as the situation warrants.
As duty demands.
Oh, let's get Valen clear. Yeah, I thought he was on top of this, but, you know, sometimes threats are hard to gauge. It'll be slightly safer to pull this kind of thing off once we pick up a certain talent. And we're good.
I owe you a debt.
Let's clear the strays.
I bring ruin.
That's nice.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
My vow is to serve.
Kill zoned.
I'll make it happen.
Oh, the Cassia, watch out. That zombie had a laser. Well, we'll get that patch.
I move swiftly to strike.
Wow, I just
If I must.
I just got so used to lasers never over penetrating.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
But you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's fine. It's fine. What's a little laser burn between friends? Wait, who are we missing? Oh, tucked all the way in back there. That's awkward. Abby!
I will do my duty.
Thank you, Abby. Good job, everyone. That was very, 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 very messy, but I had fun, and that's all that matters. Aside, I suppose, from being disappointed by how fainting and the bead of concentration turned out. Though again, the bead we can still potentially get some use out of. With fainting, though, I could have sworn they said they fixed it, so maybe I'm just misinterpreting how it's supposed to work.
Is there money to be made?
It's not going to injure us, is it? I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, snap. That's new.
Activating motive force reserves.
Man, if they're hiding lore items in random encounters now, then I am going to have to trigger every random encounter just so I can collect them all. A nice thick lore book is the perfect way to unwind at the end of a long and stressful episode. On vileness and salvation. The yellowed pages of this tattered pamphlet give off the sickly, sweet smell of rot. The universe is drenched in foul blood and rampant profligacy. Disgrace, immorality, and lies permeate the air around every world. Agony, suffering, and pain thrive within us. Submit, repent, and accept your fate. To live and die in vileness and villainy. This omnipresent sickness pierces the void that stretches between suns and worlds. All of existence, however perpetual or unshakable it may seem, will one day witness its demise and turn to dust. The cities of today will become ruins of tomorrow. The rosy-cheeked maiden will turn into a filthy hag, and the soldier who walks the battlefield for the first time will forever stay there, sinking into the bloody, decaying mass of countless others. But open yourself to the truth. If depravity, filth, and vileness are eternal and all-encompassing, then they are things worth bowing to. And therein lies our hope. By resigning ourselves to the rotten deformity of existence and embracing all of its profanity, we can be honest and sincere with our nature. We can evade the doom of oblivion and become one with eternity. Having trodden through all of the world's putrescence and recognized its morbid and irremediable wretchedness, we can perceive the soft and curative warmth of the true, most merciful of faiths. And thus, at last, we can discover the path to salvation, into the caring embrace of the great unclean one, to his rotting and all-accepting heart, where there is a place for any true believer. I'm gonna pass, but thanks. Thanks for the offer. That was very, very compelling. Also, is it just me, or were there some weird kind of parallels or echoes there between that and Reverend Hieronymus's teachings of St. Drusus? I've got a copy of that stashed in our safe back in my quarters. I'll have to give it a peek. But yeah, that was an interesting read. It definitely does make me want to hit more random encounters, just to see if there's more books for us to pore over. Give me a sec to get us set up at Orselio Prophecy, and then I think we'll be at a good place to call it. Aldari survivors space west of us. Oh, and Dargonis space northeast. Which I feel should probably take priority. So yeah, I guess, yes, this is a good place to call it. We'll hold here at Orselio Prophecy, but next time around we'll continue exploring. Hey, look at that, more pirates. But, yeah, we'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of our usual off-screen bookkeeping, shuffle a few things around, and we will pick up here next time as we continue exploring while also slowly blazing a trail towards Dargonis. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible. including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, CrowkingLoR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, ErieB23, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description. Where there is a place for any true believer.